Hi, I'm Abhay Rao and I belong to the FEMBA class of 2021. I am a program manager at Google. As a recent immigrant at that time in 2017, my primary goals with an MBA were to not only get an experience of the American education system, given that I am from India, but it was also to enhance my existing skill set, which would then allow me to continue growing at Google, helping me explore stretch opportunities and maybe even at the leadership level. And with that in mind, and UCLA Anderson's reputation with its technology management courses and its specialization, it was kind of a no-brainer for me to attempt to get into the MBA program here at UCLA Anderson. Additionally, as an immigrant, my bachelor's degree was 3 years and not four, and so as a student from India or an international student per se, you need to have a minimum of 16 years of education for you to be able to apply, and that's a bare minimum. In my research across multiple universities, Anderson was the only university that was so open and transparent and welcoming in the sense that they assured me that it was not necessarily a requirement that was a deal breaker, but more so just a rule of thumb. And so that was something that really encouraged me to apply and made me outright choose UCLA Anderson for my MBA experience. I chose GAP for my field study because I believe the GAP program is the nearest possible example to almost on-the-job training, where it equips you with the necessary skills that you need to either formulate or even begin to put together some semblance of a new market entry plan. That it needs to be financially sound, that needs you to conduct the right amount of analysis, and so on and so forth. During GAP, along with a team of four other amazing individuals, I was able, with their help, of course, I was able to put together, or we were able to conduct multiple primary research interviews, especially during 2020 when COVID was rampant and everything was shut down and was either completely online or totally remote. We were able to conduct multiple interviews. We were able to put together a financially sound plan. And more than anything else, I think we were able to deliver a final product to the company that we were paired with, and they were really delighted, and they found it of much use and value that will now help them eventually make an entry into the United States market. Having just completed GAP, I'm quite excited to take forward the multiple learnings that came out of it into my career, which include, what I call a very upgraded networking ability, which I didn't think I necessarily had. I think LinkedIn has been the way to go, digitally so far, but I also feel that cold calling people is quite an understated technique and something that not many people give a lot of credit to, which really helped us a lot during these trying times. Also, something that I will really treasure going forward is the program also kind of puts you through the ringer in the sense that everything that you are studying, analyzing, and putting forth to either your judges or your advisor is something that will be tested not only in terms of your ability to also justify what you've put forth, but also just your understanding of the industry you're working in or you're trying to help your company make an impression in. And that's something that I feel is a skill that will really hold you over in the long run wherever you work. I'm truly honored to be selected by the faculty as a voice of FEMBA for GAP. I hope my story encourages you to maybe take some time to introspect to understand who you are as an individual and what exactly it is you're trying to get out of the program you eventually choose. If you consider yourself like me, not necessarily entrepreneurial, but someone who craves the near consulting-like experience, working with international companies and being maybe a catalyst for what could be a very long-lasting impression if they ultimately do make their entry into the United States. I think that is something that I will really take value out of if this really helps you. And more than anything else, if you are an international student like I consider myself to be, don't discount the work experience and the diverse culture and experiences you've had from wherever you are, wherever you hail from. Consider that to be as vital as anything else anybody else brings to the table if you do end up going with the GAP program. And with that, thank you very much.